Mic test, mic test. Hey guys, I'm live. This is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and today's lesson is about passive real estate investing. Again, today's lesson is about getting passive income from real estate investing. So I'm going to show you today two ways to have passive income, even if you don't have good credit or if you don't have a pile of money. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. But before I get into it, I want to talk about the importance of having a passive income and why everything is tailored to, in America, to passive income. Before I do, I have to kind of shine the light on who makes the laws. The politicians do, right? Who influence them to make the laws? Well, the lobbyists influence the politicians. Now, who pays for the lobbyists? Big corporations, all right, and the elite. So simply put, the elite and the politicians are in control of making laws, and there's basically two types of income. There's the type of income called passive, which again, the politician and the elite corporations all have paid the politicians to make laws in their favor. For example, you get all kinds of tax deductions if you own real estate. Okay. For example, you can borrow money and have it be deductible to buy real estate where you can't do that with, for example, stocks or starting a business, etc. Now, the first type of way to earn income is by passive, which majority of the wealthy, the politicians and the corporations are. So they have significant laws to help them reduce their expenses and have a lot of benefits for them. The second type of way to earn income is through what's called sweat equity. Well, in today's world, we call it a job. Is where an individual, doesn't matter if they're a doctor or a trash picker, they're trading their time as slaves to get some kind of money. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter what level of education, but if you have to go to work or go to your business, then in a sense, you're trading your time for monetary goods, and it's not passive. You have to go do it yourself. So anyone in this category normally pays the most amount of taxes. For example, if you have a job, you get your paycheck right off the bat, you see a big chunk of money taken out for all kinds of, taxes from, I don't want to get into that, but you know what I'm talking about. Plus, if you're in this category where you have to work to receive income, not only do you not get favorable tax deductions, but you also get beat up in so many different ways because you have to be, in a sense, a slave, versus the people on this side that earn their money from passive, like rental properties. Or there's many different types of passive income, but today I'm going to be talking about real estate investing. So the group that's in here have the money, pay the lobbyists, make the politicians write laws in their favor to have the least amount of tax, the least amount of liabilities, etc. So where am I going with this? It's way better to have passive income versus sweat equity income. No matter if you're a high-paid doctor, attorney, or even a construction worker, or a dentist, or even a trash picker, it doesn't matter. If you have to trade your time in, that's, in my mind, at Mr. Fluff, is slavery. And why you need passive income? Because you're able to exit the metrics. Now, what is the metrics? The metrics is all the propaganda that tells you, hey, you have to go to school, you have to get a college degree, you have to work 40 hours a week, and you become a slave. And in return, you can own all the shiny things like the newest gadget, the newest phone, the newest iPad, the newest car, bigger house, nicer clothes, the newest Jordans, okay, etc. All through debt by trading in your time, which is your life. Well, if you want to exit the metrics and you don't want to trade in your time, which means you want to actually live, because life is so fruitful. If you look around nature, we live in the world of abundance. Well, they need to have passive income. Now, there's many different ways to create passive income, but today I'm going to focus on real estate investing. And I'm going to share with you 2 ways to create passive income without credit or money in real estate today. So to summarize it up, before we go into the 2 ways, is 2 ways to generate income: passive, which is the most favored in America because all the politicians, the big corporations, the lobbyists are into this category, right? It influences the laws. And then the other object is what the masses are, where they trade in their time for some kind of check, okay? Those are the 2 types. Now that we know it, I want to talk about real estate. And real estate allows many people to have jobs like teachers, police officers, insurance adjusters, whatever, okay, to leave that, real estate agents, wholesalers, to leave that and get into this category where what I call mailbox money. The mailbox money is that you can be sleeping, you can be bicycling like I do at the park with my kid, I can be walking with the kid, you could be whatever you're doing. And as long as the passive income reoccurring income comes in, then you don't have to have a job, okay? You can exit the metrics, assuming that you curb your appetite for consumption, because the propaganda is we need the next newest gadget, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, etc. All right. Now let's talk about 2 ways to generate passive income in real estate in 2019 and in the future, okay, without credit or tons of money. Now, if you have good credit or if you have tons of money, you can use your money, but you can also use these 2 strategies that I use in my business. Since 2006, I've been using them. The first one is called equity maximizer. All right. Now, an equity maximizer is a strategy that I use. It's not my favorite strategy, but it's a strategy that I use that I get to control property without actually owning it and dealing with all the headaches of ownership, because believe it or not, being a landlord, or AKA have passive income, there's still headaches. It's not like gravy where you just put your foot up. Now, it's not as hard as, let's say, running a moving company or running a insurance company or running a job, right? It's way less, like 90% less, but you still have that 10% you have to deal with. So let me get a cup of my drink. Excuse me. So in the equity maximizer, what it allows me, or what I teach my students, it allows for me, what I do is I'm able to control a property and not deal with all the liabilities. Let the owner still control the liabilities, but I get the thing that I'm looking for in a property, which is the monthly recurring passive income. So I get to get the passive income, I get to control the property, and if something big happens like the AC breaks, I don't have to pay for it because I don't own the property. And this is a great way, the equity maximizer is a great way to get into real estate without tons of money or tons of credit. If you'd like to know more about it, then definitely I have tons of free videos on my YouTube channel, or better yet, MrNoFluff.com. Again, MrNoFluff.com, and check out my free training up there. Okay, it's totally for free. You can download my free book too, by the way. All right, so now, why would I want to use the equity maximizer? Because I don't have to deal with the liabilities and I get the monthly income, which puts me in the passive income. So if I have 10 of these deals using my strategy called equity maximizer, then I'll have X many amount of month coming in a month. So let's say on each property I make 300. Then if I own 10, then I get $3,000 a month. If each property I make 500, then if I own 10, then I make $5,000 a month. Okay, that means that when I'm sleeping, I'm riding my bicycle with my kid, I'm going to the park, I'm doing whatever, learning a new skill, learning about cryptocurrencies, what have you, you're still making money. So that's one way to get into real estate. Okay, it's called Equity Maximizer. You can find out more about it at my blog, totally for free. Or better yet, join my profit sharing coaching, where I hold your hand and help you find deals in your backyard without spending no money in marketing, like zero, because I believe in creativity and imagination versus a handout from a bank or credit card or something. Can I please be my dreams? You don't need that. Okay, this is America. That's why people want to come here. All right. Now, the second option that I use to create passive income that doesn't require credit and it doesn't require a pile of money. Now, if you have a pile of money and you have excellent credit, you can still use this stuff and do a hybrid or do it by itself or do your cash. So your cash runs out and get into the strategy. Or you can do all of it, okay? Because that's how I do it, all right? But I like to save my cash for the best deals where I'm able to put the money into it. I could like 3 times my money, or at least have it what I call a third baser or home runs. So I don't want to just throw my money out if it's not a third baser. I could get 3 or get a home run. Okay, I'll use these strategies if those are not home run deals. The next strategy is what I call terms. Okay, a term offer is one way that I structure a term offer is that I meet the seller through my advertising. For example, one strategy to find motivated sellers is called Flipping Wednesdays. You can get more information at Mr. No Fluff, or you can just join our coaching and get it at a deep discount. I mean like really deep discount, because when you make money, I make money in our coaching program. That's what it's called, profit sharing coaching. Okay. So you can use Flipping Wednesdays, just like I do. I use it myself. My students use it. And then we'll find a seller without spending any money. We only want to deal with motivated sellers. Okay. Now, what is a motivated seller? That's a very good question. I should have explained it a little bit earlier. Now, before I do, go ahead and click the like button, right? And let me know what state or what country are you in, and share this message. Okay. So now there's 2 types of motivated buttons. Let's go back to the story. There's what's called emotional motivation and financial motivation. And emotional motivation is the ones that I like to target. They're people that probably are not in a financial situation. They're just emotionally motivated, like going to a divorce. Sometimes people go to a divorce, they become financially motivated. Sometimes they go to a divorce and everything's good. They're both like have millions in the bank and they just want to get out of it. Okay. That's one example of emotional motivation. So emotional motivations, I love it. I make the most money from. Or you can find financially motivated people. These are people like behind in payments. They're behind 3 months. They're behind 1 month, or they're going to get behind, or they lost their job, or the job downsized and they can't afford their home. But they're not behind in payments, but they know they will be getting behind in payments. These are people that have job transfers. These are people that inherit a house and they can't make two payments, etc. So there's 2 types of motivated sellers: emotional, financial. You got the reason I keep trying to explain, because you have to understand, when you see a motivated seller, what are they? Are they emotional or financial? Because I have different types of negotiation that I use for every type of sellers. Where I have like logical negotiation pitched. I got emotional. I got the deadbeat, etc. Okay, so it was very important to filter them out through my Ninja phone script and know what kind of motivated seller are you talking to, financial or emotional. So once I do the marketing, like Flipping Wednesdays, get a seller, I filter into my Ninja phone script, make sure they're motivated, and then I let them know that I can buy their home. Okay, if they have no equity, not a problem. If they have marginal equity, not a problem. If they have a lot of equity, not a problem. If they own their house in Flair, not a problem. Okay, and I can buy their homes to what I call a term offer. And a lot of times, if they have mortgages, I just step into their shoes and just take over their monthly payments. As simple as that. I mean, there's a lot of moving pieces to it, but just to simplify it is I just step into the seller's shoes and I take over their payments. Now, I know some of you guys say, man, Mike, this is not possible. I've done intense videos explaining that how it works, how I've gone to title companies, that in the HUD-1, where does it say you can do this, etc. Just get on my blog, Mr. No Fluff. I've been doing free videos since 2013. We have over 600 free videos out there, guys. All right. So on the term offer, I'll find a motivated seller. I filter them. I let them know I can just take over their payments. That's normally what I like to do. Just take over their payments. And some of them say yes. Majority say no. Okay. And that's normal. And that's what I teach at Mr. No Fluff, is that majority of motivated sellers will tell you no. Let me say it again. Majority of motivated sellers are going to tell you no, no. And that's just totally normal. It's just normal. When they say no, we have an arsenal of stuff that we do in autopilot, okay? Like what I teach in the Alchemy Stones, to turn those no's into yeses whenever they become motivated, okay? But the ones that are motivated, they say yes. I just step into their shoes. I just take over their payments. And usually I don't have to give them any money. I don't have to have, all I have to do is just come up with a closing cost, because I pay for their closing. Sometimes I may give them $100, $500, give them a free move. But all in all, way less than what would I have to put down for FHA 3.5 something, way less. And I'm in total control. And I don't have to come up with a loan. I don't have to get my credit checked. I don't have to do any of this stuff. And I don't have to beg a banker, can I please qualify? There's a little risk associated with it, but the risk is way less, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor or attorney or anything like that. I just do these deals for myself. The risk has been way less than if I went to a bank and I just signed a personal guarantee note and, and sign my life away, okay, with the bank. I rather go this way. The seller already has an existing loan or mortgage, and therefore I don't need to get a new loan, nor do I need to have the capital buy the whole house full, because I'm not going to pay it off. I'm just going to step into the seller's shoes, make the monthly payments, okay, which is awesome, okay? So today I just talked about 2 ways to get into real estate investing without money or credit. But more importantly, I talked about why is it important to have passive income versus what I call slavery income, where you have to trade your time in for income. Doesn't matter if you're an attorney, if you're a doctor, you're a construction worker, or you have a job, work at a cubicle, whatever. If you have to trade your time in, you can never be free. Okay, you have to work 5 days, be 2 days off, or work 6 days, be 1 day off. And you don't want to do that. You want your money to come in whenever you are not working. Okay, again, you want your money to come in whenever you're not working. That's called passive. And this is one of the main reasons I got into real estate investing in 2006, because 2006 fourth quarter, I saw that the market is about to melt down in the next couple of months, right? So I was like, shit, man, this is the best time to get in real estate. I didn't know anything about real estate. My mama, illiterate, refugee. My daddy, refugee, sold ice cream in an ice cream truck. So I learned through the trenches, as they say in America. I learned through making a bunch of freaking mistakes. Like, guys, I had so many leads, I didn't even know what to do with it. So I eventually figured it out. And I'm now packaging it up and let you guys having it for free, 90%, 10%. I'm trying to monetize as well, okay? Anyways, I love subject to deals. I love equity maximizer deals. And I think that we're in the best time in my life since 2006 fourth quarter. Once again, I'm 40 years old. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see this again, because I believe that we're going to have a pretty hard crash, something like the 1930s. And if we don't, and they keep printing money, then we're going to have civil unrest. Like, if you want to look at what civil unrest is, get in Google and type in yellow vest France. There's just been almost 6 months, people on the streets burning stuff up. Please go look at it. They're not showing it on TV, right? They're not covering. These are just native France, all of their own citizens. Just why are they so upset? Well, too much printing of the money, too much taxation for wars, etc. Okay, they have money for bombs, but not for the people, as Bob Marley said, right? And so we're going to have the biggest crash ever, or they'll keep pushing it up and waiting for it to like fully explode. And then the way it's going to explode is civil unrest. I don't know how to, I don't want any of this. I'm just telling you, I have that type of insight. I can see. I'm not because I'm smart or anything. I guess because I've been on the streets since never had a job. But I can see. You can just get on power of the internet. You can get on YouTube and type in yellow vest. 6 months, almost 6 months. Week after week, people on the streets marching. Right? Why? They'll have college degrees. They're smart people. These are not the immigrants. These are the actual citizens of the country because of inflation. Okay, they keep printing. People can't afford. Why can't they afford? For example, one bedroom apartment, guys, I swear to you, okay, one bedroom apartment used to rent where I live $500 to $600 in a nice part of town. Today, that same one bedroom apartment rents out for $1,300. It's only been 10 to 15 years. Wow. Wow. It's doubled. Now, my question is that did people's income double? Come on, man. It was 600, now it's 1,200. A little bit more than that, 1,300. Did people's income double? No, it didn't. Right? So we're already like about to break, dude. So if we don't have this major crash, then inflation is even going to get higher. It's going to get even more and more expensive. Packages are going to get smaller and smaller. And there's going to be civil unrest. You see it in France. We're not talking about some third world country. We're talking about, a nuclear power, colonist, the countries that went around and enslaved digital people, the powerhouses of the world. Okay. So what does that mean? Well, there's going to be a great tsunami of people that are going to be defaulting on their homes one way or another. The way I predict it is that too much corporate debt, these CEOs, these managers borrowing money because it's almost for free, interest free, almost for free. In the history of America, we never had so low. They're getting this money, they're buying their own stocks because the more their stocks go up, the more bonuses they get. I mean, it's pretty simple. It doesn't take a genius to figure this out. I mean, I'm not a genius. I can't even spell and write great, guys. I'll be honest with you. I can't even spell. People that are in my seminars realize I can't even say their names correctly. So I hear it because, man, but I can tell you, it doesn't take a genius to realize that corporations are getting free money, almost free money. They're buying their stocks. CEOs, top management getting bonuses, eating it up, where they're not putting the money into products or services or better customer gadget or better mousetrap. They're not putting the money into that, right? Very little. And it's just propping it up. So again, passive income and having corporations is where all the money's at, because these people have the money to pay for the lobbyists, to get the politicians to make the laws in their favor. That's why if you have passive income, you get taxed way less than if you have a job. That's why they let you give you money, almost interest-free money, to buy real estate, where if you want to buy stocks, you gotta go work for it. You got to be a slave. You got to trade your time for some paper. See, I hate working because that's slavery. I mean, I hate working for a demand. That's even worse. Right? So, like, I don't want to get into it, but the truth of the fact is, if you have passive income, there's all sorts of laws and leeways for people to bring passive income. And if you have a job, which majority of people do, it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, if you're an attorney, if you're a chiropractor, if you are just a trash picker, if you just have IT guy, it doesn't matter. Then you're in slavery because you're trading your time for something, and you pay the most amount of taxes. Just look at your paycheck right off the bat. You have just a standardized deduction because you can deduct as all the stuff these guys can reduce, right? Like if you have a corporation, you can deduct. If you're in a moving company, you deduct your equipment, your trucks. Okay, if you're in real estate, you can depreciate your real estate assets. Okay, but on a job, you can't depreciate. What are you going to depreciate? Right, you're depreciating yourself because as older you become, you're more of a liability for the company, and there's newer people that are willing to do your job for way less money. Okay, so yes, you'll be depreciating, but not in the way that's kind of like passive, where, for example, why did Amazon pay $0 in taxes? Why some of the top Fortune 500 companies paid $0 in taxes? Come on, man, think about it. Why is everyone else that's lower class paying up the pennies? Mega mansions, they don't pay anything in taxes. Well, because again, in the passive, in the corporation side, they have the money, they pay the lobbyists, They put politicians in their pocket, and the laws get in for them. And the massive are just the slaves, unfortunately. It doesn't matter if you can love your career, right? That's why it's better to exit the metrics and not be a slave, which is have passive income. Now, there's many different ways to create passive income, right? Like writing a book, having rental properties, having equity maximizer real estate passive income. There's so many different ways. Starting a business and working there for 6, 7 years, and then creating systems, and then having people to work there where you don't have to work. Maybe you only go there once a day, or you go there once a week, or you go there once a month versus every day. It'll take a lot of hard work to set it up, right? But you don't want to be in your 40s and 50s and have a job and then fire you. Right? What are you going to do then? Right? And then, guys, haven't you know, Social Security is not going to be around. These, what they call entitlement, right? Which is some bogus bullshit name, because they're taxed the shit out of you, and then now they call you're entitled to it. Those entitlement programs are not going to be around, because we're giving big corporations like Amazon all of your cheese. Amazon gets pay no taxes, but there is no money left over for Social Security for all the people that paid into it. What kind of crap is that, dude? Right? That's fucking crazy. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Click like. Last but not least, definitely join my profit sharing coaching. I teach you how to find deals in your own backyard without spending any money. I don't want for you to get into debt. I want you to quit your job, tell the man to fuck off. I want you to tell the banker to fuck off, because you don't need his credit card anymore, because you don't need his money anymore. That you could just close your eyes and just put sweat equity in. Once you have the sweat equity and you made money, that's what I call house money. Then you take this house money and you reinvest it into your dreams and goals. And then you can get out of the metric without ever kissing a banker's ass, a boss's ass, and you can decide to do what you want to do in life, because you were not born just to be a fucking paycheck or a debt slave or just a work slaver, right? Much love to you. Click the like. Let me know what state you're from. I got some messages. Frank, what's going on, man? Thanks for being interested, man. Profit sharing at Mr. No Fluff's where you should go. California, what's up? Jeffrey, looking to get into delinquent tax properties. That's a great way to look. I don't really like delinquent tax properties myself because of the redemption, but that's a highly motivated pool of sellers. But that's not something that I like to work with. I like to work with sellers that, I get to own the property from day one, and not have to worry about anything else. Okay, but that's a great pool. Keep up the great work, dude. Caesar, I believe, got an alt property under contract. Are you interested? Okay. Caesar, if I pronounced your name right, thanks for leaving my comment. Guys, if you have a deal, I'm interested in buying your deals. I don't care if they're subject twos, if they're cash offers. Go to MrNoFluff.com. You'll see my smart cards wrap. Okay, it's a little call. It's pretty cool. It says Mr. Investor on it. Click on there and then submit me your deals, guys. All right. All right, guys, thanks for leaving a comment. Much love to you guys. Have a great day. Click the like button and share this message and get into my profit sharing, man. Let's make your dreams come true. Peace. We're every Saturday, by the way.